Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic SHow. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic SHow.
Hello.
Hey, Willis.
Oh,
There you are.
that was a little surprise there. It just vanished and came back.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good trick. That's a
Yeah.
good trick. Very impressive.
I bet you thought, oh crap, where'd Heiko go?
Yeah.
I went to find Derek.
I'm sure people were shivering in their boots.
Not really. So how you boys doing?
Good.
Yeah?
I'm feeling
Hello,
a little
fans?
sketch right now. I don't know if it was something I ate or,
Uh-oh.
yeah. Got
So if we hear a rumble or feel anything, we know it's you.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. But I think maybe I've, purged some of that. We'll see.
I hope so.
Well, let's.
Hello, listeners, viewers.
Hey, Deb.
All right.
Good to see you again.
Yes. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Deborah beat Sandra.
Yes, I know.
Oh, all right.
Sandra's been the first on like how many weeks in a row?
Look at this. I got a Rescue Mom cup.
Oh,
Rescue Mom. So what's new, Deborah? You say hi to us. How's it going?
Ooh.
We're doing great.
Look what I'm drinking. Oh, and there's Sandra. There's Sandra right behind Deb. We were just saying, Sandra, you know what? She beat you to the punch.
Thanks, George. That was perfect timing.
Oh, we got lots of people coming on. That's great. We're gonna have a good show tonight. So
speaking of beers, right off the bat, somebody wonderful got me this for my birthday.
Oh,
a Yeti beer cooler.
Let me guess who that might be.
Yeah. So what a wonderful, great idea. But there's only one issue. And let me show you what this is. The beer I drink.
Yes.
I'm going to put it into the cooler.
Oh, nice. And it's a little too tall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Yeti fits the 473 milliliter cans.
Yeah.
I drink European beer, and it's half a liter.
Well,
so
sometimes it doesn't.
I'm sending a letter to Yeti and telling them to open up a manufacturing plant in Germany so we can get coolers to fit our beer cans. What do you think of that?
I think they're going to tell you to just get better beer, right? So Deb is saying it's going. Cheers. That doesn't sound very promising. Tell us more about that, Deb.
Well, cheers, Deb. Anyway,
very interested.
It's got to be better than just going.
And there's Junior.
Hey, fellow rocker. How's Junior?
I'm
we haven't heard from Junior since what? Last week?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's on every show now. He's taken Derek's place as our top fan.
A quick comment to Junior. I was listening to his show on Indie Rock Radio last Friday between 7 and 10, and he played Gary Glitter, which I thought, wow. Which is like a no-no.
Gary Glitter. That's hilarious.
So, Sandra, we had to let, I just throw it out there, we had to let Derek go.
Yep.
He tested positive for marijuana. So, no, he's trying to sort out his internet issue, and he'll be with us
momentarily, we hope.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
we were talking just before the show, and he kept cutting in, cutting out, and we lost him. So
yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know where you guys are all at, but down kind of in our neck of the woods. George kind of lives close to where I'm at.
Yeah.
But there's some snow squalls and all kinds of winds going on. So I know
The wind,
Derek's
right?
north,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The wind here is nuts, like crazy.
Yeah. I was
And
out
Derek's probably 10 minutes south of me, so he's probably getting hit too.
Yeah, you guys are almost like neighbors, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Did you ever start hanging out?
No. Every time we hung out, we got in trouble, so we had to just
Well, I definitely want to get out to that jam on a Friday night tonight. Just not feeling it at the moment.
Yep.
Oh, there he is.
We'll get there.
There it is.
Let's see if this one works.
All right.
Derek, Sandra and Deb were wondering where you were, and I said we had to let you go because you tested positive for marijuana.
I don't think he heard that.
Derek.
There we go. I had to figure out how to turn the speakers on. I got the laptop now.
Well, I can't repeat it now. The gig is up.
Your fans were looking for you, bud.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're in demand, Derek. Derek
There you
in
go.
demand.
See? Hi, Derek.
So Derek.
So yes.
Yeah, that's Derek right there, right beside me.
Tell us about our guests tonight.
So our guests are Casey and Corey from Tarantula Tapes. They're a small record label, independent, filled with independent artists. They're out of Barrie. They're both in where's my book? I think like 6 different bands.
Wow.
Well, between them, anyways. But I think they're in like the speed bumps together and Heavy Petters. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're
did I just hear that?
They're partners.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, good.
So they're
wow.
recording, are they? A record label. That's pretty cool.
So
yeah, a tape label.
A tape label. I have is that kind of like a tape label maker?
Well, I'm gonna show you exactly what it is, Hike.
Okay.
We'll get into looking at George's backside in a second here, but let's have a look at these. I thought it was something like Columbia's House of Tapes or whatever.
Wow.
Here we go, boys. This is it. Tarantula Tapes.
Mm-hmm.
They do have some cool looking tapes. I'm not gonna lie. That's a throwback. Oh my gosh.
Holy crap. Look at the colors.
And you know what? The price hasn't really changed.
$8.
Since
$10.
Yeah. $10. Yeah.
The 80s. No.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. I love the t-shirts too. The merch is really cool.
Yeah. The merch is right on. It's awesome.
So how do they go out and scout bands? Is that how that works?
Well, I'm sure you can contact them. That would actually be a question probably to ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
I'm
ask them that when they come on.
I mean, this is kind of my dream label to go back to tapes because nobody can rip me off, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Look at the cool bands. Witch Island. Ooh, Conspiracy 00. I like it.
Yeah.
Witch
Island. Now,
our conspiracy.
I think I know the bass player from that. She used to be in Beaver Slap.
Oh, okay. Beaver Slap.
Yeah.
Look at some of the names here. Heavy Petter.
That's
like you said,
Corey and Casey's band.
What did you say? Beaver Snatch or Beaver Slap?
Yeah.
Oh, Slap. Sorry, I apologize for that. Didn't want to imply that it had anything to do with. For a good time call. Trachnophobia. Wow. So if you're out there, turn your browsers to Tarantula Tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
See, so now I bet everybody's wishing now that they hung on to their old cars because it had a tape player in the dashboard.
Right. I'd love to put our album out on 8-track.
Well, the problem is that 8-tracks, they kind of died when the cassette came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
You still can. Cassettes are pretty easy. Like up in my cottage, I think I have 3. You know what I mean? Like I have CD player, like stereos. You know, because all old electronics go to the cottage, right?
Yeah.
So
you know what I mean? Tapes and CDs are still around.
Yeah,
It's
for
just,
sure.
Yeah.
You know, people are going for a lesser quality of music now, so they don't want to hear as much.
So Junior's saying thanks for tuning into his show. And actually on Friday night, I was trying to figure out like how to send him a message. I wanted to hear a song by one of my favorite bands, Blood Rock Sausage.
Blood
might
Rock
be in
Sausage.
this tape library. George, how's your backside doing, buddy?
It's good. It's good.
Is it still there?
It's still here. Yeah, I almost lost it tonight. I thought I was going to have to.
Oh my God!
Get a
How do you
quick
lose your
replacement.
backside?
I know. I just put it somewhere. I just couldn't find it. But
You better get a belt to hold your trousers up.
It's
the infamous green tape everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's painter's tape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look at
Aren't you
those
still
signatures.
afraid?
What's that?
Aren't you still afraid
Of what?
that it's going to peel off? Like, you know,
No.
with painters, it's going to take some off.
That one's signed.
No, I don't think it is. I think someone scribbled on it.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, that was so close. So close. Tom Jones?
I've got him.
Let me have a look. No, it's not Tom Jones.
Oh, that was so close. So close.
I know, eh?
It's just like over there. I can almost focus.
Don't try this at home, kids. I'm a professional. Otherwise, you might flash your
Hey,
backside.
wait, I gotta go. Oh man, I can't.
That's for Tom Jones.
Oh,
It's
Damn.
Steve Perry.
Yeah, you almost got a full frontal there.
Yeah, I
we
know.
did. It was pretty damn close. Yeah.
But that's the album.
stop
Kids.
scaring all the fans. First we
It
talked
looks
about
like
your
Steve Perry
backside. Now
over
we
there
got
with the
full
numbers
frontals
up.
going on.
Well, we get down and dirty at 9:30, don't we?
Yeah,
You know,
kind of. Holy crap.
Right. That's
So
what-
Junior's saying Elton John.
Junior thinks Elton John.
Yeah. He got the belt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
job there, Junior.
Yeah.
He actually had, when you turn the album, it said John on it. So
Did it?
not too hard to put two and two together.
All right. Do you want me to get
Well,
another?
at least-
Six, right?
Junior was quicker than we were, that's for sure.
That's right. Eagle eye. He's got an eagle eye.
By the time I figured out that George was turning it around, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I know. Well, that's that. Holy crap.
Well,
that was
yeah,
quick.
that kind of ended
Well,
that.
I think, well, the reason I did that.
Junior.
Yeah.
Nice pick.
Well, I'm just going to have another drink then.
But
Good
he is a
job,
vinyl junkie like me, so there's every chance he was going to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, but Elton John, I think, crops up every week. As a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that biography or whatever kind of movie? I forget what it was called, with somebody portraying Elton John. I mean, he was pretty far out at the beginning as far as the flamboyant. Well, I mean, he's got that one costume where he's got wings. It kind of lightly, like they were red wings, but it kind of reminded me of what the voice of an angel might look like with wings.
Was that like that kind of like a musical?
Yeah, it was like a biopic, but someone played him.
Yeah.
I love the scene in that where I think he's at the Troubadour, and he's playing. What was the song? I think he's playing Crocodile Rock or something like that.
Right.
And he kind of goes horizontal, like he just floats, and then the whole crowd in the club.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was so cool, that scene.
Yeah, he's all wired up, Willie. Yeah,
that was really good.
Nice.
So Sandra says, "Hey." So I think our guests are in the green room.
Are they?
Our guests are in the green room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if they're listening, which they probably are because they can hear us. Yeah, we were just surfing their I guess the Bandcamp Bandcamp. So tarantulacassettes.bandcamp.com. So we'll see if we can get that posted on the website. But very, very cool stuff. So Derek,
yeah,
are we bringing
we'll
them
get
in
into that
now,
shortly.
Sure, yeah, we can bring him in now. Why not?
All right. Sounds good. I'm running out of jokes.
So yeah.
Wait a minute.
Tapes, Casey, and
Wait a
Corey.
minute. This guy walks into a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a girl. And there's a donkey, a barrel, and a measuring tape.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you the rest of that later on.
All right, I've got one for you, a real quick one. A man walks into a bar, right, and goes, "Ouch."
Yeah.
Wow, George.
I'm 6'1". I understand that joke very well.
You've been showing us your backside for how long? And
Yeah.
that's all you got for us.
That's it. Actually, that's a British comedian called Tommy Cooper who told terrible gags. That was his whole thing. And he was a terrible music. All his magic tricks went wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
I always remember
one of those guys.
Because you sit there with some of his jokes, go, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, So, but I always remember that one. The man walked into a bar.
Excellent.
There's also the horse that walks into a bar. You've told it this one, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
bartender
you'll
says,
hear the punchline later.
All right.
We're all still up by then.
All right.
All right. So without further ado.
Wow, we suck at telling jokes, folks.
No, we're either on or we're off.
It's all about the timing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Derek looks like he's going to pass out.
Derek?
You okay, buddy?
I keep on cutting out still with this laptop too.
Yeah.
It's probably the storm. Yeah.
Do you need a rock star or something? Get you kind of perked up, maybe some coffee. Hello? Derek.
I keep cutting out.
Derek. All right.
Speak to us, Derek.
There's Kathy.
Deborah likes Crocodile Rock.
Hey, Kath. And then
it is a tune. Scary.
Okay, so we've got Corey and Casey.
All right. Let's bring them on.
My computer's going squirrely here. Okay.
Uh-oh, yours too? Holy crap.
Hey, guys.
Hey. Happy Monday.
Wow. Corey and Casey are in the same frame. I thought we'd have two more frames coming up. But
no, here we are. We're in the official office.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Right on.
So is the office in your home or do you have an office outside?
No, it's at home.
Yeah, it's just down the hall.
You know, it's amazing with
just down the hall. From what, the bathroom or the bedroom or what?
Both. Yeah, everything. It's
just
really
down the hall.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to have it at home. I actually kind of got a studio sort of level 0 in it. I was annoyed with there was a priest that had an office next to mine, and I could hear him doing consultations with people, and the walls were pretty thin. So he ended up leaving, and I rented that office space as basically a sound buffer so I wouldn't have to hear anybody over there. Yeah. And then COVID hit, right? So here I am paying loads of money for 2 office spaces. And I'm not talking about a small office.
No, they were big.
Yeah, good size, right?
Yeah.
So finally I did a smart thing and I downsized it back to the original office. So
Well, we haven't sold enough tapes yet to have
No, it doesn't get internet in that room, I think.
See, and that's funny. We were saying that earlier and they go, tapes? What do you mean tapes? What do you talk about tapes? And then I realized, oh yeah, cassette. So you guys do everything on cassette tapes.
Yep. That's the only thing done.
Why did you guys choose cassettes?
Yeah, I think it's awesome, by the way.
I think it is too.
For reasons.
We want to hear why you chose cassettes over all the other media that's out there.
Well, a number of reasons. I mean, one, they're pretty inexpensive, which is great. 2, it doesn't take very long to get them and to make them. You know, and you know, we play in bands, so we kind of see what sells for merch and stuff, right? And no one buys CDs. They're hard even to give away. Right. Vinyl's great. Sounds good, looks good, but it takes forever to get made. Like it's up to a year, 10 to 12 months now for turnaround times on pressing vinyl. You know, if you're in a band, especially like, you know, obviously not like big corporate radio rock stuff, you get your music out, you want to hit the road and start selling it and touring it and playing it. Well, if you've got to wait 12 months from the point you record it to getting it out, it's a long time, right?
Yeah.
So vinyl is awesome. I love it. Huge collector of vinyl. But it's really discouraging with the turnaround times now. So tapes are cheap, and we can turn them around really quick. So it works great for working with small independent artists that just want to get their stuff out there, have something to sell. They look cool. They sound good if you maintain your equipment.
Right.
And you know, everything comes with download codes anyway, so you're going to stream it, do whatever you want online anyway. So if you want something physical, it's a great way to support the artists, the musicians, the bands. And for the artists, musicians, it's a good way to get your stuff out quickly, and on a format that people are apt to buy. Like we're selling more tapes than anything else, so it's kind of cool. I say that as somebody who plays in a band, not just somebody that. So those are kind of the main reasons we chose tapes, and they're fun. You know, they're different.
It's a little unique, and they're definitely becoming more popular now. But you can still do a lot with them.
So when a band says, "Okay, I want 100 cassettes," so I'm hoping you guys have like multi-duplicating recorders there, or
yeah, we've got a commercial duplicator.
We didn't always though, so it was taking.
I was going to say we'll do the one-offs, right?
At first, when we're like, we don't know what we're doing.
We were both working from home last year when we started, so we just had a deck in each of our offices and our rooms, and just like hit record and type away and a flip type, and then. But it was taking a long time.
Yeah, it's a lot faster now that we have like a proper duplicator.
Yeah, we learned the dubbing at high speed really reduced the quality, so then obviously that slowed down production time, but sound
right. Well, that's cool. So you do what, 10 at a time or something?
We do 3 at a time, but
3? Okay.
But both sides at the same time, so it goes pretty quick. Like
oh, that's good.
I can knock them out pretty quick.
Right on.
Yeah,
do you remember what this was? I don't know if you could see. You see my frame?
I would use a
cassette repair?
I would use a pencil.
And you went like this?
Yeah.
That's how you rewound a tape while you're listening to another one.
I just use my pinky finger now.
Yeah. But you're right. A pencil works way better because it has all the flat sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or a big pen. You know, because Bic has the same thing.
The flat sides. Yeah. But I loved cassettes when we used to go on road trips and stuff because you made your road trip tapes, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I loved it. And I always had a case of them in the car. And I miss that actually.
Yeah. Well, you can get right back into it.
Yeah. I can, but unfortunately right now I have nothing to play them on.
All right.
Yeah, we've got a few friends where they're like, I want to buy your cassettes, but I don't have anything to listen to it on yet. So
yeah.
I've got to wait till something.
I have here still. I've still got a Denon. It's a 770R. It's a twin deck Denon with pitch control. I always kept it.
Do you ever lube it up, George?
I haven't recently, no.
Because it's really like you can't use an oil base, but like the rubber on the wheels, right? That comes up. So I have a few questions. I mean, you're right. The artwork is incredible. Like, do you guys just take that in from the bands, or do you create art for them?
How does that do both? Like, some bands will supply the art, others will. The vast majority of the bands will supply art, and then we'll work with we have a graphic designer that'll help with layout and things just to make sure everything fits properly. So when it gets printed, it's not cut off and things like that.
Right.
And others have had to ask us to do a bit more, to kind of come up with them. But most people we're working with are quite artistic, so they'll generally supply art or work with an illustrator or somebody to come up with some original art for the album and kind of provide some direction.
Sure.
Nice.
Well, I just want to show everybody again your Bandcamp site, because these are quite for people just dropping in.
And you can just go to tarantulatapes.ca. We'll direct you there nice and quick too. So a little easier to remember.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, right on.
We're just gonna. So, yeah, I mean, look at the colors of the tapes, right? I mean, they're pretty vibrant looking. Love your merch, by the way. That's super cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. I guess the only thing I really don't see here, and I might want to take issue, is you don't have Motor City Maniacs up there. So,
Well,
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
have to make a phone call or two there, bud.
There you go. There you go. I have to see if I can get on their label. No, but these are very cool. In fact, prepping for the show, when Derek was telling us about you, I was in my massive storage room downstairs, and I noticed my 2 cassette decks sitting there, and I'm thinking, wow, I got to pull those out now. I got a reason. So yeah, you guys are doing a great thing. Honestly, I'm so sick of like with streaming and artists getting ripped off constantly. There's obviously no guarantees that this will happen, but when somebody's supporting the band, when they can hold up a cassette tape. So, and fun fact, do you guys remember Columbia House Records and Tapes?
Sure do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I paid a penny for whatever tapes, and then of course you get screwed on the back end. But anyway, I had this tape, and I lived up in Sudbury, and it was Anvil, Metal on Metal, right? So I wore that sucker out with my, what are we calling it today, guys?
It's a ghetto blaster.
Oh, okay, all right. So so I would wear this thing out, right? And a few years ago, I got a call from an agent or a promoter saying, hey, like your stuff, would you guys like to open for Anvil at the music hall? And it was such a great opportunity. And of course, these guys live down here. I mean, but since then, for some reason, I run into them all the time. But it was like definitely a rock star moment, right? So I had this little break in our show. We did 3 or 4 songs up front, and then I said to the crowd, I said, "Hey, anybody remember Columbia House?" And it was amazing. And then I got to go on a tour with them and do some road managing for one of the tours, and it was awesome. And then I got to know them, and it wasn't that awesome anymore. But so there's I
remember you had to every month you had to tick off like a box and send it back if you didn't want like the album of the month. And I often would just not send it back.
Forget about it. Yeah,
we forget or whatever. But I remember getting Motorhead 1916 album, and I'd never heard of Motorhead at the time. And putting it on and just being like, this changes everything. Like it was awesome. Like I'm very big
on.
So this band here, Johnny No Cash, is someone you really need to have on.
Oh, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Collection. Oh yeah, he's actually Mr. No Cash. Chuck is out on he's doing the van life thing. So he basically bailed out of the GTA, got himself a van, retrofitted it, and I think he's like in the western part of US. I could be wrong about that because he was talking about the floods recently, but great band. And yeah, you've got definitely some quite a collection on your site.
Cool. Thanks.
And you guys can find him on online on Facebook and stuff, Johnny No Cash.
We just wrote it down.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've definitely heard the name before, and I think I follow him on Facebook, so I've definitely never seen him live though.
Yeah, you know what? He's pretty awesome. So the other question I guess I had, and then I'll turn it over to the guys. The what sort of format do you guys record? Like, so if we were dumping a file, we would do those whatever digital files to to whoever was producing our CD? Like, what do you guys take in for that?
Same. Like we'll ask for like the finalized mastered track, like your mix down in wave format. If you want to be so inclined and have it mastered specifically for cassette, you can. But we find generally just mastered for digital's fine. It works. And then
so it's wave format that you use.
I use wave format because we want to uncompress, right? Lossless format.
That's like listening to vinyl, right? I mean, that's
like it is. There's differences between vinyl and like cassette, and people can argue with these things all day long. But like, if you maintain your equipment, and this is true for vinyl, if you're listening to records and your needles crap, it's not gonna sound as well, right? So same with cassette decks, like maintain your equipment. And it sounds good. It's the same with, we're talking about, duplicator earlier. Like if I don't clean that thing regularly and often, all the copies I make are going to sound like garbage, right? So it's really keep your equipment well serviced and maintained, and your ears will thank you.
Nice. It's funny because we were so big into cassettes back in the day. I had one of those small cigarette packages that hold the 20. Right. And I had a little bottle of alcohol in there and Q-tips and some swabs. And it's funny because a lot of places we'd go, it sounded not that great. Let's go, hang on, let me go look at your cassette tape player, and I'd open the thing up, go, look at the head, look at that. It's got like half a peanut butter sandwich on it and some dead carcasses.
So do you guys service what you sell? So if somebody says, hey, I ripped my tape, I need it spliced. Do you remember that? Scotch tape spliced.
Yep. I did that all the time, man. It worked awesome.
Yeah, it does.
You get that cassette stuck in some old shitty player you have, and you hit the button because you hear it messing up, and you go to take it out, and half the tape's hanging out. That's when you whip out your pencil, start winding it up, and then all the part that was all crinkled up, you splice it out and put your Scotch tape on there, and away you go.
I haven't had to do that.
Well,
and then it sounds like a record skipping.
Yeah, but I think today people obviously would treat cassettes a lot better than they did in the past. I mean, it became almost a throwaway product. And then of course, when it shifted over to, digital format, you'd find cassette tapes at yard sales and all kinds of stuff for next to nothing, but they're still great. I still have a few of them, and occasionally the older bands I was in back in, I don't know, the 80s or whatever, that's all we had, right? So.
Yep. Oh my God, AJ Boyer, he just sent us a message. I'm his high school buddy, and they called me Mr. Dual Turntable because I was the guy with the record player. Yeah. And he's one of my buddies we used to go on road trips on all the time, and that's where we made our cassettes. We'd sit down like a week or two before the trip and get all your Max Webster and all the good stuff everybody liked to listen to, right? And we made up these great tapes all the time. It was awesome.
So I have another question. It's more technical.
Cheers, AJ. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers.
Hey, George, you haven't played Cheers music yet, have you?
Yeah, he did once at the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you were off.
You can always play it twice.
Oh, is that a hint?
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get our drinks ready. This is our drinking song, by the way. Every time you hear this, you got to drink.
So I'm drinking.
You just have to take one drink, or you have to keep drinking until the song is done.
Until he stops playing.
Yeah,
your choice.
Exactly.
Good thing I'm just drinking tea.
That's okay.
So with your tea,
I'm drinking the finest of ginger ales.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes.
Wow. No expense there. You get the good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Not the cheap knockoff crap, eh?
Yeah. The RC or the PC.
Yeah, the RC Cola. Oh my God.
RC Cola. I really enjoyed that.
Old school.
Mm-hmm.
So with your tapes, are they prone to or resistant to magnets, or is it like it used to be where you put a magnet near a tape in it?
Oh yeah, it's toast.
Well, that's what tape is. It's a
That's how it
magnetic film, right?
No, I get that, but if you were to put a magnet close to them, so like in this day of cell phones, that's what I was kind of leading up to.
Yeah.
Like, so if I'm okay, so I'm wasted. I come in, 2 or 3 in the morning. I grabbed a bunch of cassettes out of my car. I throw them on the bed, along with my cell phone, and my cell phone's sitting on a tape all night. Do I have to go and buy?
Yeah, cell phone's not going to hurt it.
Yeah, no magnets in your phone. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there isn't?
No.
But wait a minute. On my little case here.
Yeah, if you hold your cassette on your fridge with fridge magnets, then you got problems.
Right. I hear a lot of people are now saying the watch, the little magnet charger for the watches are demagnetizing their cards and stuff. So they're going to be strong enough.
So any magnet, whether it's on your phone, I mean, I guess if you add a magnet to your phone for whatever reason, but magnets and cassette tapes do not work well.
No, they don't.
Unless you're intentionally trying to erase a tape, then it works great.
Yeah.
Well, when I got through the witness protection program, I took all of the interview tapes and I stuck a big magnet on top of them, right? So
exactly.
Just so that I could reuse them.
Yeah.
But no, this is super good. And the only reason I brought it up is that you're back to that original concept, and I think it's super cool. I'm definitely going to grab my decks tomorrow. I'm going to have to listen to a few of these bands, but the artwork is doing it for me.
Yeah.
So how do you guys promote the bands that are on it? Like, do you like release, here's band of the month type thing, or?
So we do. So obviously a lot of social media. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, stuff like that. So we'll add. So we have Spotify playlists going. What else do we do? I have I'll make little flyers or stuffers. So every time somebody buys something, I'll stuff it with a flyer for the next release that's coming out, and it'll have all of our social media links or pictures of our past releases. We don't have a marketing budget or anything, but $20 here or there over the past year has gotten us into a couple zines or skate magazines or just other smaller magazines that friends of ours are doing or other people and doing DIY stuff. So just kind of low budget marketing.
Radio stations.
Oh yeah, radio stations. We'll send some promo copies off to radio stations or links. Whatever. Some radio stations won't take the tapes. They're like, oh, you're just too digital. So.
but at least we get support from a number of radio stations and it continues to grow. So we're always, trying to continue growing that and increasing the reach. So
I'll write up press releases for each one as well and fire that off to online magazines or print magazines, whatever they're doing. Hopefully get some reviews or just some coverage, some sort of announcement that it's out in the world.
So so Junior, put your hands over your ears. I know you're out there. So he's a kind of a radio personality, but your point about the flipping them to radio stations and hey, we're digital, that it absolutely sucks. I was talking to some of the stations out there, and I was talking to one that has the rock optimizer radio thingy, and I said, come on, if I have to hear X song played a dozen times, it's not an exaggeration, a dozen times in a 24 hour cycle, they just pre-record and throw it out there.
There's a lot, if you get into especially in the college university radio circuit stuff, there's a lot of
radio
independent shows. There's a guy out of Waterloo that we work with. We don't work with them. We send him tapes and stuff like that, I should say.
Right.
And every Tuesday he does a show that plays exclusively cassette tapes. Right. Yeah. So, he's been a great support, not only to us, but to lots of other bands and labels across Canada. They're doing cassette releases as well from all genres of music, which is pretty cool. And there's others that do stuff.
There's even this guy out of the UK. He started doing a zine dedicated to only cassettes called Cassette Pirate, right?
Cassette Pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, just all about cassettes, all different types of artists and
I think
interviews.
you did an
and
interview
stuff.
with them in that, right?
Yep.
Huh.
He found us, and
Do you know what though? Like if you were to start a radio station or even like internet radio based on tapes, using tapes only, then you can be assured that at some point somebody has to change a tape and they're not going to play an entire album. So it's live, because we're all about the live thing. We used to be on a reality or a couple of radio stations, indie rock radio, which were great, but we prefer the live format, versus pre-recording. And that's pretty much because when it's live off the floor like we do, we get ourselves in trouble a lot. So
it's a little more
no, we
fun.
don't. What are you talking about?
never.
Some nights you just gotta throw it to the breeze and say, well, it's gonna be right on. So
I just want to throw something out there really quick. I don't know if you saw the messages earlier, but I just want to give a shout out to AJ and thank you so much for listening to our show. We hope you keep listening to us every Monday night. And I will try and get in touch with you and we'll have a chat. Sorry about your losses, buddy, but we're here for you. And so are the fans. Cheers.
Fans are definitely there.
It's sad when people lose loved ones in their life, but I have done the same, and I found it's very, very important that the people that care, the people that we love each other, like each other, we have to stick together. We have to be there for each other. So it's just like this music industry. What we're doing is we're supporting each other. We're here for each other. And that's why we love what you guys are doing, because without you promoting bands, where are they going to be? There's got to be that way of getting the music out there, right? And what you're doing now with cassettes, I think, is fantastic.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's so hipster,
Cheers.
It
is
too, right?
It's like one of the things we said in the early days, and it's still true to this day, is we're putting out music that we're stoked on, right? So it's not it's not because we think we're going to sell a whole bunch. We're selling we're selling cassette tapes, right? We're not getting rich off of this. We're doing this because we like the music that we're putting out, and we want to help get it out to a wider audience. And that's really the main driver behind this. Is it's just music that we genuinely
see the ticker tape at the bottom.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah. And we're fortunate enough that all the bands we've worked with or are working with are just like super cool people, and also just genuinely doing what they do because they love it. So
it's the love of music, right?
Yeah, those kind of people deserve the exposure.
Yeah.
So I have another question. What agency did you use to get that your merch model, that absolutely gorgeous merch model?
I don't know. Just found her at the end of the driveway.
Wow. You got neighbors like that?
Yeah.
So the merchandise looks very neat. I'm a sucker for hoodies. And then of course you got the ladies tanks, which for some reason when my band was playing a lot, we'd sell tons of t-shirts, but we seem to never be able to get those in stock with our suppliers. So
yeah.
But,
so we just say cut.
They're unisex, but we sell more of them to women, but guys can wear them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And then you got the hoodie, or sorry, the toques.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Winter time, good time to keep your noodle warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and the Heikadelic Show thought we'd go way out there. We even have underwear that you guys could buy, but I don't know why, but the sales aren't that great for that. I just can't figure it out.
I had no idea I'd buy it.
They blow off the shelves.
Yeah.
I want to show the I want to show this once again here because this is very cool.
Our buddy in town, Devin, they're their art page is they're called Goblin King. And that's who
Okay.
designed the logo and has actually done a lot of stuff for our bands as well and other artists. So they're the one that did the spider logo.
That's super cool. When I see a hoodie, it's like, okay, what's on the back? Right? Just like George and his backside. We have to know the what's going on there.
I was going to ask you, is that tarantula male or female?
Come on,
we don't know. It's also a tarantula with only 6 legs.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it's hidden, on the backside.
And it has a cassette for a bum.
Yeah, so I mean, to get into,
it's a mishmash.
There's a lot of
androgyny.
I don't know. It's good. It was not meant to be realistic.
All right, that's awesome.
Anatomically correct.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when you had your creative juices flowing, correct?
Well, we always have the creative juices flowing.
Good stuff.
So Deborah loves the hoodie.
Awesome, thanks.
Well, where could Deborah get a hoodie if she wanted to get one?
TarantulaTapes.ca.
There you go. So Tarantula Tapes.
So I was going to ask you guys, what was the one thing that you can remember that sparked you to get into doing this?
Well, so we're in a band called the Speed Humps, and we put out an EP digitally in April of 2020, like right after the pandemic hit, or as soon as it hit.
Okay.
And we were going to make cassettes, so we had purchased some, and we were going to dub them ourselves, and then just, the world ended, and we just didn't get around to anything. So at the end of the summer, we were like, okay, like we have all the materials, we should really just put it together. And then Corey's like, yeah, we should just, put it under a label, start a label. I'm like, just start a record
just
label.
Like that. It just kind of happened.
So it was kind of a tester with the Speed Humps EP. And then a month later, we were like, well, we could probably do this for another band too. And then then it just kind of snowballed from there. And because, it was a good COVID project. I mean, we were still working at the time, but it was a good way to stay connected to our music community as well.
Yeah.
And just the people, the music, not being able to see bands or anything. So it was a good way to get our own music out there and other people's. Yeah.
Well done.
What kind of a shirt are you wearing today?
Pardon?
What kind of a shirt are you wearing today? Your t-shirt?
It's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But Kailasa?
Okay. Is that one of your label bands?
No, they're long broken out. They're an American band. 2 drummers, kind of stoner rock, stoner metal.
Sounds like
2 drummers. So can you imagine touring with 2 drummers? Like, come on.
Like, fit one in the car.
It's like, get your own thing. But they're really cool. They're they're like, just like heavy stoner, a lot of kind of drone stuff going on. They even have like a theremin in one song. Of course they do. But
who
they're
doesn't
cool.
have a theremin player? Come on.
We listen to a lot of punk rock and stoner metal.
That's
do
cool.
anything like that, yeah.
Hey, Richard. So Richard's joined us, and fun fact, we've had him on a couple of times, and he's living out in Montreal right now, but he used to do security for Metallica and the Queen. So, he's done a lot of really cool things. Some of it he can tell us about, but some of it he can't.
That's right. He's got a lot of cool stories about bands. Being in security.
And sometimes he leaks a little bit on the after show, but
I miss Montreal. It's been almost 2 years since we've been there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Annual punk festival that we'd attend every year, and it's COVID's kind of taking that away, but hopefully next summer we'll be down next May.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if not, chat with Derek, and we'll set up a stage for you in Vroomington.
Where's that?
What's that?
It's a ghost town.
It is. It's a real ghost town.
In Southern Ontario?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 45 minutes from you guys.
Wow.
right
Oh, no
across the lake. Like,
Yeah, just go east.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
Cool.
the southeast corner of
Okay,
Lake Simcoe.
well, you know where Newmarket is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where I live, I'm just east of Newmarket, about 20 minutes, and it's 10 minutes from my house.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
So
let us
see?
know when.
Yeah, we got stuff happening for next year.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. Great bunch of people. Derek introduced me to them. People he's known a long time, and they had a wedding in their backyard, so they set up a stage for the wedding. And now, what they do is every Friday night they have open mic. So
that's
all
awesome.
summer long, every Friday night, there's music coming out of that house outside, and all winter inside.
That's
Every
amazing.
single Friday night. So they're pretty special people.
Oh,
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah,
to get down there.
yeah. Every year they do a little party. They call it the Ghost Town Jam, and it's one of those towns that literally got swallowed up when they put the railroad tracks to the next town over.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah.
everybody could go to Sunderland instead of Vroomington, and Vroomington died.
Pretty sad.
And now it's a
Yeah.
place to jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
But
good that you have no neighbors.
it's cool.
You can make the noise you want.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Corey, and I know the guy Jeff. Jeff knows the guys. He goes there sometimes.
Okay. Cool.
So
Nice.
yeah, it's a super fun jam, and yeah, it's every Friday. So Heiko and Derek and I were there one night, and it inspired me to get up and do a song, which I haven't done live since the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, it was pretty funny because Derek kept hinting, Ringo can sing. And then I started, Ringo can sing. And then the owner comes up, Rob, he goes, he can sing? Get up on stage.
That's how it starts.
It was
Yeah.
a good time.
Barrie used to be quite the hotbed for punk, and how is it now? It's I know we just ran into you there a couple weeks ago, but how is Barrie coming out of COVID?
Not bad. I mean, considering our main dive bar shut down, and so we have like a
Shout
whole
out to the Fox family.
Yeah, I know, such a bummer. It really was a hub. So our new to us, new to the punk scene venue is the Queens. Like originally, the Queens Hotel has been there since the 1800s. So,
Oh yeah. I heard of that place before.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's got a story about that place. So, so there's like a club side and a pub side, and the promoter at the Fox just kind of banged on their door and was like, "Can I put on shows?" And they worked something out. So now that's where we have shows, and it's usually a lot
of shows, like many a week.
Yeah, so it's good. Like there's music every week. It's usually just Sunday to Thursday, because they still have their club nights, but
right,
it is what it is. And
we were there. We were there last night for a show
in a snowstorm, and there was a decent crowd. So
that's a really good sign,
And there's a lot of bands here. Like there's a lot of rock bands, punk bands, indie bands. Like there's a pretty big music scene here. Like all around.
So fans, if you're out near the Barrie area, that's a place to go. Go check it out. Get to see some music.
The Queens, as they were saying, like it has like a whole venue side, and then it has like they'll have people playing at the little flat right beside the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we've had shows like so we recently had our 1-year anniversary show on Halloween. It was technically I guess September, but about a month late. But on Halloween we had our first year anniversary show, and it was on the pub side, and it was all day. Like we had 8 bands play. Started
9.
At 9 bands.
Yeah, we started at noon and went till like 10.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
So it's cool. It's cool that the shows have been happening, I guess, on both sides. So
it's been accommodating for sure, and just kind of letting Jillian and do what she needs to do to keep the music scene alive.
As long as people show up and buy drinks and hang out and spend money there, the place is happy to have us.
Yeah, I don't see why they.
she's bringing in. Jillian's been bringing in some of the Stomp's bigger bands too, right? So
yeah, she's worked with them for a lot.
You're getting to see some quality bands too if you go out on a Thursday night or whatever, right?
Yeah, last night, like speaking of Stomp, so Creep Show was playing last night.
Mm-hmm.
Went down, and then I don't know who else she said, but
Filthy Radicals were here, weren't they?
Maybe.
Or they're coming.
Coming.
Yeah.
Blurring the past and the future.
But yeah. Jillian's she's worked with a lot of big bands, so and Barry's a good touring stop too. Yeah.
So, guys,
Speaking
I have
of,
somebody that wants to come on and show off his cassettes, so I'm going to bring him on.
Wow.
Is that
The bearded Richard
Angel original or what?
I don't recognize it from our roster though.
No.
Well, he had a tape deck. Maybe he's been buying tapes and
Nice.
sneaking some
that's
tapes
the
off the shelf.
It was a nice bass line.
Still got hash and a camera.
You go, this.
Yeah. But that, you know what? There, look at that. There's a cassette right there. Nice job, George.
There's a few. I've got a few here. This is
Did you dig that out of your backside?
not quite.
That's a little great. Well, that's not mine. It's not my pump.
Oh,
Oh,
clean.
look at that. There you go.
Wow. What do you got there? Are those blank tapes?
No, they're it's like a reissue. It was the 20th anniversary of Queen.
Oh, so it's like a box set of tapes.
Well, I got
nice.
this promo
Speaking
from Warner Brothers, and there's 5 albums here.
Very cool.
This one here.
I don't know if you guys hit it when I wasn't there, but where do you guys get your blank tapes from?
Duplication.ca in Toronto.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
This one
they
here,
supply most
by the
of-
way, I'd just like to show you this while we're showing them, is a promo tape from Molson Canadian Rocks
Oh,
for Robert
Wow.
Plant.
Nice.
And the last one I dug out here is a single, as they called them, back in the 1980.
Yeah.
You could buy like single, just one track per side.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a few of them, and this is the only one I kept, but it's Woman, John Lennon, which came out at the time.
Nice.
Crazy.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I've got more, but
Yeah,
Let's
we
get
can
into your
still sell
library.
those, but it's a hard sell on it, just a single.
Yeah.
yeah.
We could make them, but for the price, it's like, I don't know. Do you really want to sell something that has one song on it or 2 songs on it?
No, it wouldn't be worth it. No, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
worth it for sure. But it's kind of,
Promo stuff.
I'd collect stuff like that. I'd buy
Yeah.
vinyl that I never actually play, just to have the sleeve for it, or
Yeah.
things like that.
Guilty.
Yeah. So what? Can you remember the first vinyl you ever bought? No.
No, I mean, the first vinyl I ever bought, I stole from my parents. I grew up at a house that always had music on, right? So as soon as I moved out, I took a bunch of their records that I thought were cool.
I'm going to go on record to say that my vinyl, no pun intended, was a double album of the Bee Gees.
Wow.
Oh, I have a couple Bee Gees albums. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, the
I
harmonies.
So.
I never
Bee Gees.
admit to that
Yeah,
to
right.
some of my metalhead friends, but yeah, it was all about the Bee Gees.
Wow.
I definitely
Wow.
do not have any Bee Gees in my collection.
But you're forced to listen to it sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know what I first bought. I think it might have been a Blondie record when I was living out in Vancouver. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I'm still getting in touch with Yeti.
Yeah, you know what a Yeti
This
is.
is a problem. Look it. It doesn't fit.
Oh, the tall
tall
guy.
can.
For the
Yeah.
price of
Right?
for the price
That's
of that,
a half-liter beer can, and Yetis don't make those yet. So I'm going to have to chat with Germany.
I can just see it now. It'll be like Heiko's going to call Yeti, and they're going to be like, "I'm sorry, sir, about your experience. What was your name again? Was it Heiko or was it Psycho?"
Yes. That
mean,
was my nickname for many years.
I think
I'm
the way
going
those
old
things
school
work,
on
they're
the
like,
effects right now. So
I think they say that, if you're going to slam a tall can into one of those, you need to just chug that first, quarter of the can to get
squish
below
it.
that line to protect the rest of it, keep it cold.
Oh,
I think
that's
that's
right.
what
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of that, George, look at
one.
George. I need you to play something for me.
Yeah.
I have a problem here.
I'm just gonna pop some tunes.
You have to wait till the song ends.
One
Yeah.
banana, two banana, three banana, four.
Yep. I love it. Do you guys know what that tune is?
I couldn't put my finger on it, but I've definitely heard it.
It's a cartoon I used to watch when I was a kid. It was called The Banana Splits. It was on Saturday mornings.
Awesome.
Okay.
And that's the theme song to The Banana Splits.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
And then they play like Rocket Robin Hood and
Yes.
Oh, Rocket Robin Hood. I remember that.
Yeah, to do all those great cartoons. It was awesome.
Hercules. Yeah.
Wait, I have to change my answer for the first album. It was the one where it had the Monster Mash on it. And it was like all of these, crazy horrors.
Yeah.
It'd be like listening to Derek's band over and over again.
I have the 45 of the Monster Mash.
Nice.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Great song.
it is.
What's my band.
Oh, and then wait a minute, I'm forgetting about Alvin and the Chipmunks, right?
Oh, those guys.
Don't you?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, were those guys great actors or what?
Yeah.
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 Alvin. So yeah, it was. I think those were my first two.
All right.
Can't remember which. What was your first album, Mike?
Neil Diamond, Hot August Night.
You never had any.
No,
You know.
you said bought.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
The
Buy
albums I got before that, I can't say how I got them, but
I
bought.
didn't have any money until I was a teenager, and I
Yeah.
could afford 1 penny for the Columbia record.
Yes.
And you still owe them.
Yeah. And I still have that that Anvil cassette tape somewhere.
Do you?
Yep.
So have you guys ever seen Derek's band? Speaking of spooky stuff.
And
Oh
You ever
yeah.
see?
I've seen
Yes.
I've seen Derek play in 2 different bands. Actually,
Yeah.
the first
Wow.
time I met him, he was in a completely different band, and I was in a
Nice.
completely different band.
it.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That was
And,
back
Derek's
in
always playing.
the Mohawk
Queen
days.
Street.
Yeah.
What was that place called? It wasn't the Savage Garden anymore. They renamed it or something, right?
House?
Yeah, no, I
It's like
can't.
they cut the room in half or
Nocturne.
something. Nocturne? No.
Nocturne was upstairs and had the cage,
It might have
wasn't
been.
it? And that was, I think, beside Savage Garden or above,
Very cool.
Yeah.
I think.
I just remember you had this giant something on the front of your drums.
Yeah, I still bring that out.
What band? What band was that?
Graveyard,
that
Great
was a-
Graveyard.
Yeah, Brain Cell Graveyard. Yeah,
Oh, okay. No, I didn't see you play in that band.
that dildo actually got a song wrote about it by.
Oh, I've heard about the dildo. Yeah.
It was. I can't believe how big it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so I saw
7
Derek's
pounds,
band
16
play,
inches long.
and I'd actually seen House of Haunt play many times prior to you joining the band, and then seen you several times with the band as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we played with you guys a couple times too, right?
Yeah.
I think at least twice.
Yeah.
There's a good old song.
Come to Newmarket.
AJ said the Scorpions back in the saddle again. Yeah.
No, well, that would have been Aerosmith back in the saddle, and
Or I'm back,
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah. We used to play them all the time, the Scorpions, when I had the old Dodge Dart, and we used to go to Toronto.
right.
Yeah.
So back in the saddle again is definitely Aerosmith.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that song? I'm back.
Back
Is
in the
that-
saddle.
That is, right?
Back in the
Okay,
saddle.
AJ, you got to get your tune right there, buddy. But yeah, I just remembered the tours. And when you used to go to downtown Toronto back in the day, you could drive your car and you could park in the alleyways right behind, like Sam the Record Man. There was an alleyway behind all the stores,
Yeah.
and you could park your car there. It was
Hey,
great.
hey, one time you used to be able to go to Toronto and jump in the water at King Street too.
Oh yeah.
So Richard wants to shoot Derek's band sometime. Why
What
did
did we
what did
do,
they
Richard?
to you?
What?
Richard,
With a gun or a camera? Come on,
wow.
get that straight.
Your wallet.
Wow.
We
No,
need
like
to.
Derek's a great photographer. Actually, that's how I met him.
Yeah. Rather not have to dodge bullets. while on stage.
I was at a show, and he said, "You're that guy," and I said, "Yep, depends."
Yeah, the voice of an angel.
Yeah. And
So listen,
so your band's almost everybody's on here tonight, right? Like,
yeah, wow.
Matt, and then
Yeah.
isn't Sarah?
Sarah Matter together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
but-
everybody.
Okay, but is Sarah in your band or no?
Yes, Sarah
Yeah.
is Anastasia, and I'm gonna say it wrong. I said Anastasia. It's probably Anesthesia. Anesthesia because that's what you get. Anyways, but yes, she's the surgeon. She's a character.
Yes.
Yes,
And squirt the blood.
she's
the-
and
who's-
she's not a nurse, correct?
No, she's a surgeon.
That's right.
Mhm.
So, and who's the wolf guy again?
That's
the
Mega Wolf.
Mega Wolf.
Yes, he is a cyborg werewolf.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smells like a werewolf.
He definitely smells like a werewolf. Yep.
I
Yeah,
can remember
especially
being at-
after.
I remember
Where
being
is
at
that?
Rock Pile West, I guess, like the one out by 14
Etobicoke.
Etobicoke, yeah. I remember being there, and I got a little close to Wolf, and I was like, "Whew, wow."
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't have the suit dry cleaned at all.
Well,
Yeah,
I,
it does.
I hate to say it, but I'm a little bit, sketched out by furries and that whole furry community. But
Stay away
But
from
yeah.
Mega Wolf.
well, I know he's pretty cool, but yeah, I gotta say I agree with Corey on that, and Casey, like, yeah, things started to get a little ripe. So let me ask you, does he ever wash that costume?
That's probably
I
why he's so ripe.
Vast. All I know is that if you're gonna spend time in a vehicle with somebody for a long period of time, you generally try and keep your costume clean.
Yeah.
I think that's the magic, though. Collecting a little something from every show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Tears,
little.
sweat,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
memories.
Oof.
Yeah,
little-
you just never know, and I don't know. He could be a furry, right? There could be a lot more going on in that suit that we don't know about. So
Well, he
There
could
you
be
go,
a furry, and like in that whole lifestyle community, which is definitely not for me.
well,
But
the way he got
I know that you have to dry clean those furry costumes.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be careful with all the electronics, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
come on.
that's
His-
you're absolutely right.
His furry costume is just like hockey gear, right?
Well,
That's
no,
it.
No,
he's
it's
got electronics on the back. So how do you throw that in the washing
it's a
machine?
bodysuit.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we just got the official word on the chat over here. Matthew's saying that Mega Wolf can't wash his costume. So confirmed. That's just how wolves smell.
Yep, that's how
Ah.
Omega
Wow.
Confirmed.
Oh man, he can't wash his costume. Wow, that explains a lot.
Well,
Things
you
you
know
learn on
what?
the show.
Febreze might help.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Hanging
could
in
be
the
a
window,
poster child for Breeze.
furry breeze.
Oof.
Oh man, now you got these are things I wasn't even thinking of, man. Now you guys got me thinking about this. Like I spent a lot of time with that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
Derek, can I-
you're usually on stage drumming. We're in front of the stage watching you perform, having to interact with all the other things
Yeah.
that are going on, right? So as people that
Yeah.
witness your show more often, we get to take away a lot more than just
Yeah.
the songs and
Visuals.
yeah.
You're safe, Derek. You're in the back corner with your mask on. Like you're good.
Anybody who's
Mask,
ever been on
mask.
stage and
Yeah.
played drum can guarantee that you are not safe. You get the singer farting, you get the bass player farting. Sometimes they'll come over like, "Hey, look at this," and put his leg up on your kick, and then all of a sudden fart. No, man.
So
Wow.
okay, so I have this is almost like a little public announcement because you guys have to be, kind of watch the liability around if Big Daddy Red comes out and he's swallowing a sword and Mega Wolf comes by, stanky, right? And what if he gags on his sword?
That would be bad.
It's a possibility.
That would be
Well,
bad.
all I have to say about that is sometimes you go home in an ambulance. Just
Red was pretty incredible. The first time I saw him was when you were in Barrie the other week, and that was pretty wild.
He's the real deal.
Pretty sure Anesthesia stapled panties to his butt too. Is that what I was? That what I saw?
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
It was pretty wild. Yeah. Definitely.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and that was
we've had him on the show here too, and he's pretty amazing.
Yeah, like, is he actually going to swallow swords? Sure enough,
Here's two.
Okay, don't try this at home, kids.
No.
And that one's got a big black cock on the end of it.
Oh, did it? Where like on the
handle is a big black. Cock.
Was it just the tip or the entire?
No, it's the whole cock. It's feathers in the whole thing. You squeeze it, makes the noise. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, wow. So is
Nice.
that near the? So does he have a sheath for that sword?
His throat.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, wow. I still remember him saying when he had the two swords together, he says, "I'm going to take these both down at the same time." And then I asked him about that afterwards, and I said, "Do you ever have any problems like doing two at once?" He says, "Yeah, if you ever have the tips and they kind of go open like this," he said, "it's like a giant pair of scissors inside your guts, right?"
Yeah, of course.
So it's like,
Wouldn't that
holy
be like
crap!
crossing swords?
Yeah, that guy's wild, man.
Yeah, like he jumps off chairs and stuff, and I'm like, "Aren't you worried?" And he's like, "Yeah, but it's an educated guess, right? Or risk."
Oh,
Big Daddy Red or the
yeah.
Daddy Red. Yes, just having Daddy Red around is an educated risk.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
not a
definitely
great guy.
an
though.
entertainer,
That's
though.
the risk.
a heck of an entertainer. I think, I only say underrated because he should be out in Vegas somewhere doing his thing.
Yeah, no, that's
Because he was sitting at the table right next to us when you had your show going, Derek, and even when he's off stage, not showing people what he could do, he's a lot of fun to be around. He's quite the character.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Cool.
Yep, good person.
We're looking forward to Fang's solo stuff too. We're going to be working with him in the new year.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Yep.
Right. Ooh, shout out there, Matt.
Looking
I was
forward
going to ask you guys if you have
Yeah.
any bands or anything coming up, anything new happening that you want to throw out there so people can get out there and see them or whatever.
Yeah, well, Fang will be the first release of 2022, so
Yep.
stay tuned for that, and in late January.
Okay.
And what else is coming up? This week alone, there's like a ton of shows. So my other band, Angry Spells, is playing the Bovine Thursday with the Black Void. We just put out their tape last week. And the Black Void is also playing Newmarket Friday with Hysterics. It's also Taylor's birthday party on Friday. So anybody wants to celebrate that, you should go. Bad Buzz.
Is that at the Grey Goat?
Pardon?
Is that at the Grey Goat?
Yeah.
That's at the Grey Goat, yeah.
Okay.
Bad Buzz is playing Saturday at the Bovine. Oh, Dave Rocket and the Jobbers is playing at somewhere in the Junction. Is it the Junction? Living Colors?
Living Color on Dundas West,
yeah. Yeah. So they'll be there Friday. Yeah, there's just like a shit ton of shows this week.
So is there a listing somewhere where people can go and check out which bands are playing where, or
yeah, I just did
how
an
can people find out?
Yeah, every Monday we'll do a post for the shows that week. But
Yeah.
then also if you go to our Facebook page under our event listing, we try to add every event that one of our bands is playing.
So just go to Tarantula Tapes or what?
Yeah.
Yep. Tarantula Tapes on Facebook or Instagram. It's
Okay.
Tarantula Tapes on Instagram.
Perfect.
Right? Yeah.
You hear that, folks? That's where you go to find out what's happening.
So anyway, I mean, there's obviously tons of other bands, but yeah, these are the
That's
bands.
for this week.
The bands that we work with, we always try to keep all their stuff at our fingertips, advertise them, so everybody, so it's easy to find out. But yeah, Black Void, their tape just came out, so the show on Thursday is their official cassette release.
Yeah.
Bad Buzz, we put their tape out back in October, so this is their first show since quarantine, lockdown, all that shit stuff.
Yep.
And so it's their cassette release party as well. And then I think those only cassette release parties, but a lot of bands are just kind of getting back at it and kind of hitting the circuit again and getting busy. So I expect this to only continue to grow more and more in the new year, and we'll start cranking stuff out.
Say if you're comfortable, just get out and see as many shows as you can.
That's the whole idea.
Play and to listen.
Yeah.
And the shows have just been getting better and better. Like we've between our bands, we played like I don't know, a lot so far. So the last few months we played a lot of shows, and they just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, it seems like people have just been practicing a lot in this downtime because everyone's like,
well, that's good.
blowing us away.
So, and we would like to help as well. So when you have new things coming up, bands having gigs or cassette releases, get in touch with Derek or one of us, and we can always splash it on the show and get the word out there for you. Okay?
That's great. Thanks.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what it's about. We have to have each other's backs, right?
Gotta share the love, spread the love.
Yeah.
Spread the music around.
It only happens, if people come out and support it. The bands are gonna, people who have music in them are gonna keep writing, whether people listen to it or not. You can't help it. You can't stop it. You're gonna keep doing it. It helps when you have an outlet to go and be around people that are like-minded and share that with others. So like if people enjoy going to see live music, if you want to continue seeing live music, go see live music because
that's right.
If you don't go, people will keep writing. Like you said, they'll keep writing at home and fling their stuff up on the internet. But it's always much better to go see it in person.
Yeah, and
Really better to see it in person.
if you guys remember too, maybe in upcoming times we should stay in touch with each other, and maybe we could do something. Tarantula Tapes and the Heikadelic Show. If you got a bunch of bands playing or something like that, we can promote it together, right?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Whoa. So I just saw somebody was saying Waterloo. They're going to see Iron Maiden in Waterloo.
Cool.
What?
You ever play in Waterloo? I've never been out there.
Yeah, I've been out there, but not for music.
No?
Yeah, we haven't
No.
played Waterloo.
Not yet.
No.
It's tribute. It's tribute.
Yeah, untapped market. Uh-oh.
I know. If
Well,
anyone,
that's
any
way
promoters
Waterloo.
out there, we'll come down.
Yeah.
Isn't Jimmy Jazz Waterloo? Was that Kitchener?
Didn't Waterloo used to have the biggest bar in it, Lulu's or something?
Is Jimmy Jazz Guelph or Waterloo?
That's Guelph.
That's
Jimmy
Guelph.
Jazz.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Lulu's, I think it was in Waterloo, yeah.
Where's that? Was there like the
So the
sawdust saw, table saw, something?
Chainsaw or something. They had markets there, the punk rock flea market.
So I played somewhere, Kitchener, Waterloo. Like I'm not from that area, so I don't. I always mix up the places, and I always feel bad every time I do. It's like saying somebody's from London when they were from Chatham. They don't like that. So it's like Kitchener, Waterloo. Like, oh, well, which one is which? They
they're
kind of
all so
blur
close.
together because they're so close to each other, right?
Yeah,
Unless
Yeah.
you're from there, or you go often, it's easy to mix them up. Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
Chainsaw is gone. Okay, there we go. So I played Chainsaw once, like 2012, 2013, and that.
Yeah.
But obviously I've never been back, and
Yeah.
So that was one of the
Anyone's
good
listening,
venues out that way, or what?
Yeah. Anyone from Waterloo who knows anybody, hook us up.
There you go. Now we're talking.
There we go, making things happen.
Yeah, Deborah, when you're out there watching on your Iron Maiden cover this weekend, find out who the promoter is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah. And AJ, if you want to know, I have a bottle of Esquire on the shelf in the other room with your name on it.
All right.
Oh boy, yeah, we could talk stories about that, but that'll be for another day. Holy
So
crap.
Casey and Corey, it was awesome having you guys on, and so I put something up on our site that gets people to the band camp that we were talking about.
Nice.
This is super cool. Like I said, very hipster cool. In fact, I would say if you want to do something different for Christmas for a friend or a group of friends, go to their site, have us, spin one of the bands or several bands, and start filling your Santa booty sack.
Yeah.
With, tarantula tapes, right?
If you're in the Barrie area, we will personally deliver your item.
Oh, nice!
Wow, nice.
You just heard that from the CEO.
And how far does that offer go? Because I do have a cottage in Midland.
I guess it depends on where we're traveling for the holidays, but send us a
Yeah.
message.
Let's talk about that for a second. So when
I'll rip up to Midland and drop a tape off to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you got to have a beer with us or a ginger
Yeah, for
ale.
sure. You can come hang out for a bit.
My daughter's in Innisfil. Does that count?
Oh, yeah, that's super close.
Yeah,
Well,
That's super close. Okay, perfect.
We're like this far from annexing Innisfil, so close.
Also, I mean, quite honestly, I rip up and down the 400 every week. So if it means if I'm slinging merch, I will gladly dip off the highway.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds awesome.
Slinging merch.
So send us a message.
We'll
It's a
do.
blizzard.
We'll do.
Who's that on the side of the highway? It's Casey from.
The four ways and the tapes. Yeah.
There you go. You need one of those pizza kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Go Boar Wolfie suit.
I need to
Right?
take more fun
And
tours,
here's and if you act now, okay, we're gonna give you an authentic piece of Wolfie's hair, and we're gonna tape it to that cassette.
Wow.
Oh,
So you not
damn!
only
You went
have
there, did you, Derek?
great sound, but you have smell vision as well, right? So
Smell vision.
Oh,
They've been
that's
promising that for
fast.
years.
own a piece of history.
Nice.
Oh, you guys get, I'm telling you, I'm never going to look at Wolfie again like the same.
Jeez.
You know what? You
We'll
should
have to
buy.
look at him again. Yes,
You should
I'm just going to
bottle
buy
that.
some Breeze. Here, brother.
Hey,
Wow.
Matt, you should. I know you're still on there. You should probably bottle that, brand it, and sell it.
Yeah.
What does a werewolf smell like?
You
We
can
have
call it a.
You
call
can
it
buy
own
liquid
your
ass
move.
over the internet, right? So
Oh, can you imagine? You got the thing hanging from your mirror in your car. What is that? Werewolf smell. Scratch it.
what's that smell?
Scratching it.
Let's
I like
sell
where
the
this is
car.
See, look, put our minds together, man. We can sell anything.
Oh.
We are the marketing geniuses right here.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but
Oh,
great,
man.
great product, guys, and cool story behind it. So
It's funny. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We were talking about cassettes, and I'm into fixing stuff and tinkering with stuff. And a buddy of mine, his dad, years ago, he had one of the very first auto reverse Panasonic cassette recorders, right? And have you ever seen one of the very first ones? The auto reverse. I looked at this thing and it had this big bubble on the top of it. And it actually, you put the tape in and it goes down.
yeah,
And when you hit auto reverse to go the other side, you'd see the cassette lift up inside, slide to the back, flip over, and go back down.
I
So
have
it
seen that. I have
it
seen that.
actually flipped the cassette.
Yeah.
you know what, Hike? They should have come up with a plan to do that with like VHS tapes as well, like porn tapes, because
Yeah.
I would bring them back and then I would get fined for not rewinding the tape.
Well,
See?
but porn tapes, like, you don't watch it long. I've had the same one since I was 15, and I still haven't got to the end of it.
I know. I'm only like 20 seconds, and the ones that had here's
So
8
you only
12
need like
hours.
2 to 3 minutes and you're done, right?
Whoa, 2 to 3 minutes a week.
I wear out the first 30 seconds
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go.
You guys are
all the
massive, man.
time.
There was by the time I turned 18, it was all DVDs. So
Oh, really? Wow.
there wasn't the same issue. Yes.
I'm gonna put mine up on. I have a couple of boxes allegedly, so I'm just gonna put it up on Marketplace and let the bidding begin. Like
there we go.
It's all Dirk Diggler and really good.
Oh, jeez.
No, but seriously, because we do have some guys here who are of a mature age.
Okay.
Probably your first experience wasn't with videotapes. It was probably your dirty uncle or the perverted neighbor who gave you a sticky old book or something, right?
Yeah, that was Aunt Lucy.
Well, my first one I still remember. I was up at my dad's cottage and I opened it up and it was a Spock comic, right? But like Star Trek.
Yeah,
but it wasn't Star Trek. So my dad comes in, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Having a dump. Can I keep this cartoon?" And he's like, laughs. No. So,
do you remember somebody gave, I don't know if they gave you or me, it was a half Star Trek, half Batman porn.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
That comes on, during parties. That's
that's
sometimes band practice.
Yeah. Sometimes heavy pedal practice.
Okay. I don't even know if I should say this.
Probably not
on the air.
It's the Heikadelic SHow. You got to say it now.
Yeah. Okay. So one of, I can't narrow it down. Somebody I know. I was over at their jam space, and he might be listening actually. And so I went there because he was selling something on Marketplace. So I said, "Hey, I'll pick it up." And so I went over, and he's got this jam room in the basement, and then in behind these amps is like a neoprene doll. Like, we're not talking about like,
oh my God,
blow up things. This was like hardcore, but it I don't know. He's got, it's like a band mascot, right? So if you jam there, you have to kind of squeeze the jubblies. And he says, "Go ahead, do it." And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I am so good." But how'd we get on this topic again?
I don't know. You went there. You just kind of like went.
I know I'm going to be in trouble.
All those boxes you allegedly have. Allegedly.
It's so expensive, right?
All right. Well, it is 11 o'clock.
It was fully clothed, though, I might say.
Oh, well, there you go.
I have to tell you my fleshlight story one day.
Yeah.
Another Monday.
Yeah.
I still remember on my stag, the guys taped one of those dolls to me. You know, the ones like
Oh, the air-filled ones. So like
the blow up ones, right? With lingerie on it.
Did it have duct tape all over it?
A little bit.
Like to cover up the holes, like the
No, none of that. It was all good. So I carefully cut the thing off my wrist and
sure
shit.
You did.
So
sure you did.
I didn't want to burst her bubble. You know what I mean?
So that was your stag party, was it?
Yeah, it was a stag. And then what I did with that thing, I put her in the front seat, passenger seat in my car with a seatbelt on it, and I drive to work with it in the car every morning. And you should see the people that would look at my car.
I know we got to go, but those double lane things on the on like the Don Valley Parkway, right?
Oh yeah,
that was the thing. You know, just blow up a doll. And then I saw this guy ripping by one day, and he had a Teddy Ruxpin sitting on a box.
Nice.
Whatever works.
Like, I used to have one of those, and it had the cassette player in the back.
Yeah.
And it had the French side and the English side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good old days, man. That's awesome.
For literally my sister's one, I put Motley Crue in it. Shout at the Devil.
Yes.
Yeah. And today you can't challenge people like on, things like orientation and stuff like that. So if there's a Teddy Ruxpin sitting in your passenger seat and you simply say, no, that's my mate, then They gotta buy that, right? Even though it doesn't have a pulse. I've been out with lots of women that never had a pulse. So
Yeah. Oh, wow.
and on that note, yeah.
No, it's cool. And AJ just brought back a thing. He said the Duster was badass. I used to drive an old Duster, and I had the Kenwood cassette player in there, top of the line, and I had a bunch of amps in the trunk. And I don't know if anybody's ever heard of these, but the speakers were made by a company called Cricket. You ever heard of them?
Never heard of those? No.
They were black and lime green, and they had no wattage rating on them and a lifetime warranty. They're expensive, but holy shit.
I remember Cricket
They
lighters.
said if you ever blew your speaker, you just took it back and they give you a brand new one.
Neat.
So I had 4 of those in the back window and a couple of the doors, and man, I'm telling you, that was the best car stereo system I ever owned.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey George, you're pretty quiet. Did Ringo go off the reserve?
He's taking it all in, man. He's
or off the rails, sorry.
Yeah.
God, I can't even say that word.
So
Censorship.
Corey and Casey, got any last things you want to mention before we wrap her up for tonight?
I don't know. I think we covered everything. This was awesome. Usually
Yeah.
we're in bed, so this was.
Oh wow.
Nobody said they
So
needed
are you saying now that being on the Heikadelic Show is better than being in bed together?
We're not saying
Who said
that
that?
specifically, but it was a good time. Just as a buddy in bed together as well.
All right.
There you
That's
go.
awesome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, this was a fun time. For
So
sure.
remember, though, in the future, get in touch with Derek or one of us if you got anything you want to promote, and we'll throw her out there. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
We'd love to get the word out. Yeah.
Excellent.
How about the rest of you boys? You got anything to say or what?
I just want
You
to
good?
say hi to our Twitchers out there on Twitch.
The Twitchers.
And also, where are we else? YouTube. And yeah. So I always forget
Hanukkah's
to
starting
say
too.
hello.
Happy Hanukkah. And well, we're all here, so we all made it through the Krampus snatch. You know,
What?
Krampus didn't steal us last
Crampin?
night.
What?
Krampus snatch.
Okay.
That's on the 5th, December 5th, when Krampus
Oh, right.
goes out and steals the children.
Oh, Krampus Fest.
Krampus.
Krampus snatch. is
There
what-
you go. Now you got it
snatch
right.
Kids.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes.
I got it.
Perfect. Well, glad to still be here.
And there's a Christmas special you got to watch, folks. Krampus.
Krampus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll never go back.
Cool. Well,
Oh,
Hey, Sean.
and there's Sean. He made it in right at the end of the show.
Right at the end.
nice.
Yeah.
Sean, check these guys out. Tarantula Tapes. Very
Yes.
cool. Very, very cool. Very hipster cool.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for being on tonight, guys. That was fantastic. We want
Yeah,
all
thanks
our
again.
fans and listeners, go to Tarantula Tapes if you want to do something cool. Check out the merch, check out the bands, the music, the cassettes. It's great for Christmas, nice stocking stuffers.
and make sure that if you're a furry out there, you find a way to clean that
Febreze.
costume.
Febreze. Uh-huh.
And it doesn't clean it. It just traps the.
It just
Well, it helps the people that are nearby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
That's like if you got a little dog and he smells bad, you
Oh,
pop
look
the.
at the kitty.
Oh my God!
Kitty.
Want to see my dog freak out? Look at the kitty.
Yeah. I also want to.
And the small ones, the cats beat him up. Or beat her up.
Aw.
Terrible.
George,
Well,
thanks for your backside.
Keep
That
your cats out of the trees, folks. I want to thank all the fans that were part of our show this week. It was wonderful, which is Deborah, who beat Sandra. It's a duel for next show. Let's see who gets on first. Junior, Kathy, AJ, all the way from Alabama. Nice to hear from you, buddy.
Wow,
Oh,
we don't
man.
kill anything we don't eat.
Yeah, Richard, Matthew, Sarah, Rhonda, thanks for being a part of the show. And we'd love to have you guys back on here next week, Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show. See you then, folks.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.